obviously had to work hard for that win, but you must be very satisfied with the way the players kept plugging at it.
Yeah, every game in the Premier League's hard, particularly a team as organised as Palace are. And I thought that the first half we started really well. A goal would have probably put us in a really good position. We didn't get it. We allowed the tempo to drop slightly towards the end of the first half, but when we came out with the second half with the intent that we did and the extra 10% of urgency in our game, we won the game. Not say comfortably. The 2 goals is relatively comfortable. It could have probably been more with a bit more end product, but it was a nice solid win with a clean sheet.
What does it say about Tammy that in the first half he's up against 2 really experienced centre halves, doesn't really get a kick in the first half, and then has one chance and takes it to settle the nerves?
Says he needs to be better in the first half, doesn't it? I think it's. I spoke to Tammy because some games, as a striker, the games in the Premier League will frustrate you because good defenders won't give you much space behind and maybe not in front because they're midfielder in front. So there's a problem for Tammy to solve. And as you say, it was quite quiet. But I think for any top striker, we expect a lot. You expect everything: goals, hold up, run behind, etc. Not always possible. What you need to do is stay in the game, stay bright and lively, and keep trying and keep running, which he did. And he gets his goal, which he took very clinically. So a great game from Tammy. Even he might not be his best game on the show reel. I think when you think about tough games and you come and get the goal that puts you in front to help you win the game, then that's just as important.
Christian obviously had his frustrations, Frank, a month or so ago, but do you feel vindicated now with the way he's scoring goals, that everything you were telling him was wrong?
I don't think it's vindication. It's more that Christian came from another league and didn't have a great break, etc. And I think he played some games early on, and the pace of the Premier League is tough for any player. It's been proven time and time again. But with Christian, I always believed that he had huge talent, was going to be a big player for us. And he's absolutely shown that. I thought he was first class today, as he has been recently. Energy, moving with the ball, slipping past people, working off the ball, and the quality, and getting in areas again. He's scoring, in and around the 6-yard box, which I think is a huge thing for any wide player. The only frustration is he comes off with a bit of an injury, which he was going to get subbed before he scored his goal. He's got a bit of a hip issue, but I'm hoping it's not too bad because the way he's in full flow at the minute is great to see.
Frank, the comeback against Ajax is obviously very euphoric, but was in many ways it's today against the Crystal Palace, as you said, it was very organised, more of a learning curve for the players in terms of trying to keep control of a football match.
Yeah, I think so. I think we expected that today as well, which is good because we passed that test. But we've had a few teams come here and be difficult to break down. Newcastle being one pretty recently that and Brighton and these teams, and it is a test of not only how can you unlock the door and change your game up and break them down with movement or passing or taking people out of the game with the ball at your feet, but it's also can you switch on to making sure that you don't get the sucker punch. And a team like Palace are absolutely set up to be able to do that to you with the qualities they have with Zaha and Townsend, etc. So I think it is an all-round game. As much joy as you can get out of the win and the goals, you can get joy out of the performance of Kurt Zouma and Fikayo Tomori and the discipline of the midfield in front of them, etc. So I was really delighted with the sort of game management, I suppose, of a game like today.
Frank, your first Premier League start for Reece James as well. How pleased were you with him up against Zaha today?
Yeah, I thought Reece was fantastic against one of the best wingers in the league, 1v1, a real threat, and as I say, on a counter-attack, anytime he wants to get at you, Reece dealt with most of those situations. He also joined in attack with some of his ball. You can see how comfortable he is with the ball at his feet, and he's delivering his passing. So I was pleased. I trust him, Reece, and out of all the younger players who have been getting a chance this year, he's had his injury early season and has got fit that little bit later. But he's been training at a level and coming on at a level where he deserved minutes today. So he did brilliantly.
Okay, we're going to do 2 more and then we're going to do Mondays.
How tough are those calls, Frank, to make to put a young player in, but also to tell Aspilicueta that he's not playing today?
Yeah, it's part of my job, and it would be a tougher call if I was speaking to Aspilicueta when he's having a difficult time, and I'm bringing a kid in because I say, oh, it's not, this is a decision I'm making. It's actually a decision where Aspilicueta is playing really well for us. He's a leader and a driver, but with Reece and the way he's playing, the opportunity to give him minutes in the game that I felt right today was one that I had to take as well, because it gives me options going forward. And Aspi is such a great personality and character that he's easy to speak to because he feels for the club, he wants the best, and he knows how much I value him now and going forward. So it might give me some selection problems going forward for sure, but I want the best for what's the team and the squad and what we can do, and it's a nice problem for me going forward.
You're
Last
on a
one,
big
Neil.
run. You're on a big run in the Premier League as well, Frank. Were you surprised by the quality of that run, the demands, and where you are in the table?
I don't know. It's hard. The expectations at the start of the season were a belief in the younger players. I felt they deserved a chance, but there's always a question mark that you don't know until you see them there and see them regularly. And even over that first little hurdle of the bounce when they come in, and then they have to sustain that. And at the moment, they're sustaining in terms of Tammy, Mason, Fikayo. Reece, as I say, has just come in there. But when you're looking at the younger players, they are showing that they deserve to be at this level. So I'm proud of the squad that we've got, but I also realise that it's still a snapshot in what is the big picture, which is the long-term future here. It's a relative snapshot of the season. We're about a third of the way through and we're in a good position, but we know that this league can punish you if you drop off, so we need to get even better at that. And if we want to build something over a long period of time now, then we have got so much improvement to do, because the gap was too big last year between us and the top two. So we want to try and close that.
Okay, thank you all. Monday's on the side
Thanks.
here.